Welcome, everyone, to the L7C Podcast NFL edition. Today, we are hitting you with some NFL news on what just happened in week four. A lot of big games. So, the head producer of the L7C had to tell us we had to do an NFL pod. So, we got Mr. Justin Ackendale. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well on this Content Tuesday. That's what it is around the LSMC on
Content Tuesday. I like that. I
It's, con-
like that.
it's Content Tuesdays in the fall around here because we are busy every goddamn Tuesday.
That is actually that's a really good name on you right there. Content Tuesday. Got to keep that going forward. So, Justin, every week in the NFL is a big deal, and we had some big games. So, some things went our way, some things did not. What happened?
We're about to do a game recap, starting with the darlings of the NFL, the Miami Dolphins. They went up to Buffalo on Saturday, and Buffalo humbled them.
Yes.
Buffalo let them know who runs the AFC East. Buffalo won this game 48-20. At the beginning of this game, you thought that it was going to be your classic shootout. Whoever has the ball last wins. On the first there were touchdowns in the first 5 drives of the game. And then after those 5 drives, the Bills were up 21-14. Bills scored 2 more times in the second quarter, go up 31-14. The Dolphins' next 3 drives in the third quarter were in the second quarter going into halftime were punt, Mostert fumble recovered by the Bills. Beginning of the second half, Dolphins marched down the field. They scored a touchdown, and that would be the last score Miami scored of the game. The Dolphins' drives after this were an interception, turnover on downs, and turnover on downs. 2 of these fourth down non-conversions were 2 sacks. Bills sacked Tua 4 times in that game, most all season. Josh Allen was he was diabolical this game. 21 for 25, 320 yards, 4 touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. Diggs showed up, 7 targets, 6 catches, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 55-yard catch and run. That was crazy. Davis caught a touchdown. The Bills were 5-6 in the red zone against the Dolphins, so they really dominated that part of the game. The Dolphins offense really ain't play that bad. Like, I'm looking at the stats now. They had 393 yards. They had a good 142 yards on the ground. So like it wasn't that bad of an offensive stats game. Just weren't explosive enough and weren't able to keep up with Buffalo. You could tell like Buffalo was on a mission to really win that game and like put Miami back in their place. But I'm just worried about Buffalo. They might have treated this game like the Super Bowl, like they did last year in the regular season game against the Chiefs. So I'm a little worried about that. But the Dolphins will be fine, other than their defense, that has not been very good this year. They've been giving up a lot of yards and a lot of points. So we need to see how they do about that. But they have the Giants next week. The Giants go to Miami, so that's a good bounce back spot for them. And then the Bills go to London next week for the London game against the Jaguars. So we'll see about that.
Yeah, it's October 3rd. Shout out to Full Metal Alchemist and Mean Girls. But we're at the point now where everyone's like, are the Bills the Super Bowl favorites? Here we are. We're back at it again. After that dominating performance, like you said, it was the same thing with the Chiefs last year. So now the Bills have all the hype train with them again. So I also think with Miami's defense, with the way Diggs went off, depending on when he comes in, that's going to be a little different when Jalen Ramsey's guarding him.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey isn't there. One of their edge rushers, Jalen Phillips, didn't play. Yeah, they gotta play this game again in Miami. That game, this is the last game of the season for Bills Dolphins again, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean they limited the big plays. I mean, Tyreek didn't go crazy, Waddle didn't. Like, it was just an ass kicking. I mean, like you just said, Miami didn't, like, their offense wasn't that bad, but it's like they just came off a 70 burger, so it looked like they were atrocious.
Yeah, it was just a natural letdown spot for them. Like, I didn't think Miami's going to win this game. I bet them not to win this game. Yeah, I called this one last week. Like, that game pretty much went how I expected it to, honestly.
So, Bills, the hype is back. The hype is back. The Sunday night game, Justin, which a lot of people thought was going to be an ass whooping. It was not. It was actually a very compelling game to the end.
Oh yeah, the Jets came to play, not in the fucking first quarter, because
No,
the
no,
Chiefs
no.
got out to a 17-0 lead, and the Jets started the second quarter with a safety from a face mask in the end zone penalty,
Mm-hmm.
and and then a second quarter pick by Patrick Mahomes, who don't be throwing interceptions for real, led to a Jets short field, and they scored a touchdown. Mahomes then, towards the end of the second quarter, throws another pick.
Mm-hmm. And that was bad.
Yeah, that was actually a bad one. So we go open the halftime 20-12 Chiefs. First drive after halftime, Jets marching down the field, get the 2-point conversion, tied the game up, and Zach Wilson in that third quarter might have been the best I've ever seen him play. He was dealing it, he was hitting receivers, like he was throwing perfect goddamn passes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was crazy. And then going into the fourth quarter, Chiefs get a field goal to go up 23-20. And then on that drive after, Zach Wilson fumbles the snap
Yep.
with 7:31 left in the game. And then the Jets do not get the ball back again. And Chiefs were driving at that point, and it looks like Mahomes throws another interception, but we have a defensive holding penalty on Sauce Gardner, which means
He was not happy about that.
he was not. It's whatever. Whatever. And they keep the ball, and then the Chiefs run the ball out. The game's over. Credit to the Jets for making the Chiefs grind out the win, but this was just an impressive win by the Chiefs. If we're being honest, Patrick Mahomes played like absolute dog shit, and they still won the game.
He
They still won the
played
game. They had 2 7-minute drives in the second half of the game, which stopped the Jets from getting the ball. Like they won that game in a way that they typically don't have to win football games. And the Jets lost because Zach Wilson was not it. Once again, that fumble aborting that snap is honestly the reason why they lost. Like Jets fans can be mad at the holding penalty, but Zach Wilson don't fucking fumble the ball there. You might have could have taken the lead or tied the game up at the very least. So yeah, the Chiefs, Mahomes playing like shit. The Chiefs able to get 204 yards rushing that game. Like they just ate them up. Chiefs go to Minnesota next week, which is probably going to be a shootout. So I don't expect the Chiefs to get 200 yards rushing again. And the Jets go to Denver in a must-win game for both of those teams. I kind of like the Jets in that matchup, honestly.
Yeah, and also too. Yeah, I'm already gonna say I like the Jets too because this is gonna be personal for them because of the shit Sean Payton was saying about Nathaniel Hackett. So Zach Wilson, that was probably one of the best games, if not maybe the best game I saw him play. That play action down at the end zone for that touchdown was so smooth. But like you said, it was just the one mistake, and that's what happens when you're a quarterback in the National Football Association. You're judged on the mistakes more than the wins.
Yeah, I mean, if he does not fumble that ball, the Jets are very close to winning that game. He did play well, but that mistake is what cost them the game.
Yeah.
And then obviously not getting into a 17-0 hole in the first quarter didn't really help. The Chiefs had a lot of things to worry about. Taylor Swift was at that game. She had all her celebrity friends there. They panned to her every goddamn second. It felt like.
Okay. All right. So this is what I think these people should do going forward. Because obviously this is going to be a thing until their eventual breakup. They need to Manning cast. They need to Manning cast ways. Like just have like Manning cast version with Swift. Like you're just following all of her stuff.
Have her do
Well, should not have her, but like have just like a broadcast more focused on her. That's what a lot of these people are they're even tuning the game just to see her. So just have a broadcast. You're getting the views anyway.
Yeah.
You have the technology. All you have to do is just put it. Let's see. Let's do Evil Genius NFL because the Swifties will pay for this. Have the Taylor Swift cast exclusively on NFL Plus.
Ooh, that'll give them to pay for it.
They will pay for that shit. They will.
Here's what I'm thinking. I think the relationship is legitimate. I'm so sick of everyone trying to say that it's fucking fake or stage. However, Kelsey shoots his shot on his podcast, and then Taylor Swift catches his shit, and the NFL is like, hold on, Miss Swift, let's make this money together. Let's promote your shit. Let's promote our shit. Let's swap fan bases. So I think the NFL went up to like Travis Kelsey, and Taylor Swift was like, hey, let's make a business deal with this relationship.
But do you even think she's benefiting that much from it? Because it's like the diehard NFL fan is not going to go listen to Taylor. I think the NFL is benefiting more, significantly more than she is.
Obviously, clearly,
yeah. Like because it's like because once they break up or whatever, the Swifties are gone. They ain't watching these games anymore. They're not. But
I think the NFL is maybe hoping that like, yeah, we get them in with Taylor Swift, and then our fucking JTV every week will suck them in.
I think they definitely want this to last until the Eagles game.
Oh yeah, when's that game?
I don't know because I think I know it's a Monday night game, or I literally just had their schedule up.
Oh, it's a 8:15 game. It's a Monday night game. Yeah, it's a Monday night game.
Oh,
so
yeah.
a month, November 20th.
So like Thanksgiving week, yeah, they want this shit though, because then you have the whole Jason, all that, and the mom and all. Yeah, they want this to. But hey, you never know these. That's my thing is like, I understand who she is, all that stuff, obviously, but it's like maybe because I watch basketball more. There are celebrities at games every day,
and they on the court too.
And they're like
court. They're like courtside.
I've watched Kobe Bryant for 2/3 of my entire life. So I saw Staples Center a lot. They do it at the beginning of the game. All the celebrity, literally Hollywood is at Laker games, and then after that, it's over.
Well, I remember when Tony Romo was dating
Jessica Simpson. Yeah, I remember
Jessica Simpson. But they showed her up in the press box. I mean, they do it all the time. It's just like the NFL. Those motherfuckers ain't gonna be sitting in those fucking poor people seats down in the stands. They're only in suites.
Well, man, back in the Jessica Tony days, man, there wasn't really Twitter. There wasn't Snapchat.
It was pre-Twitter. Yeah,
maybe that's probably
media.
why. That's probably why it feels significantly different. Because man, if you just like an NFL stats tweet, they're bringing up stuff about her. I'm like, what? The algorithm, man.
I've seen way too much Taylor Swift, and her tour's starting back up again in like a week too. I believe. I think they say October 13th.
They're having her. No, Justin. They're having the tour that's already happened be played in theaters. So yeah. So the tours that have already happened, you can go watch them in like an Easton or a Marcus Theater. Or
oh, the fucking movies.
Yeah. So you can watch her tour at the the ones that have already happened.
That actually wouldn't be a bad idea because those movie theaters, the sound in movie theater is crazy.
Yeah. So if you wanted, I don't know how to decide what show they're gonna show, which like city, but that is what they're doing next week.
Oh.
And I laugh too how they're doing all stuff because she's been saying no to them for the halftime show for like the past 8 years.
Hasn't she? She has another halftime show, right?
Because she keeps saying no.
Oh, she keeps saying no?
Yeah, she doesn't want to do. She's like, I don't need y'all.
She don't.
But I don't think any of these other people have done it. Beyonce did not need it, and they ask her, and she's done what 2-3 times.
I mean, they don't need to do it, but like the Super Bowl though, that many eyes on you, you always get a boost from it. Like even if you don't need the boost, like why not? Why not get your name out there for a little bit? Fuck, Rihanna did that shit pregnant.
I know. That's what I was gonna say too. Like, I don't think anyone can say they don't need it. That was the first time we saw Rihanna perform in almost a decade, and she picked that day.
Right. Like,
if Rihanna can do it, her billionaire ass, then anyone can.
No one is too good. If you're an American artist, you are not too good for the Super Bowl. The most watched thing in America every single fucking year. And you too good for that? You too good to get in front of everyone in America damn near? Get out of here.
I think the only thing with the one thing that got me hot about her last time is like when Isaac Pacheco had that big run to start the first quarter and he got a touchdown and they like went to him and then went to Taylor super quick. I'm like, that's not even her dude.
You know who she cheering for though. It's okay.
I know, and
like,
her dude played like he did not play good.
No, the Chiefs. That's why it was such an impressive win for the Chiefs. The stars did not show up. Chris Jones caused some havoc though. But
speaking of him, real quick, I don't know if you saw that post game. See, Ronnie Harrison tried to bait Chris Jones into calling Zach Wilson trash, like on live TV, and Chris Jones wasn't falling for it. Ronnie Harrison, low move, man, low move. Just saying, bro. And it's okay if you're calling someone trash in the barber shop or like a mom and pop, but you're literally on NBC, bro. He apologized after, but just had to. But
yeah, and Rodney Harrison played in the league, bro. Like they typically don't do that to each other, especially not after the fucking game. This
Michael Parsons went at him because Michael Parsons is getting tired of these media folk.
Yeah, we sit up here and just talk shit.
Yeah, shout out to Michael Parsons.
That's my nigga for real, man.
Like,
give him the fucking MVP.
Well, I mean, that was the case. That was the same case we were at last year at the same time. So, but nah, man, I just think they want to make big money. Swiftcast, NFL Plus.
I love it. There are so many like people hating on this Taylor Swift thing. I'm like, I don't care. I'm still watching football. I'm still gambling on this shit. That's what matters.
Oh yeah, I'm still watching and gambling. I was just like, all right, bro. Like I was again. It's probably because we didn't have social media. Like I'm like, all right, I don't need to see this girl every 2 seconds on my timeline.
Yeah, that's all that is. Just the algorithm feeding you the bullshit that you want to see. Allegedly, I'm doing quotation marks. Allegedly,
but no, Travis knew what he said it himself. He knew what he was getting into. So it is what it is with that. Now, also the NFL thing because their signature line protecting the shield, the integrity of the game. I did not like that when they changed their profile saying 2-0. The Chiefs are 2-0 as Swifties because some people were saying they're already saying that the script is out and the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl this year because of the Swifties. Like I didn't like that, and they got their ass raked through the coals, and they had to change that profile. That just looks bad, bro. To the other 29, like the other teams, like excuse me.
Yeah, like nah, like absolutely. It was on the NFL's page,
bro. The NFL's page had Instagram had 2-0. The Chiefs are 2-0 the Swifties. That was their bio, and their banner was Taylor Swift. That's where we're sipping a little too much. And them other teams gonna be looking at you like, because that's what Sauce Gardner says. Like, I bet if I was a Swiftie, we wouldn't have that call against us. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
My fellow UC alums, stop that.
I was just like, well, he ain't the only player thinking like that too.
No.
But
it do be feeling rigged sometimes.
It does.
I promise you it's not. I hope it's not. For my own sanity, it's not. Because if this shit's rigged, like fucking Roger Goodell gotta see me, fucking DraftKings gotta see me, PointsBet gotta see me, because I'm gonna need some of my money back.
The moment where Patrick Mahomes could have scored that touchdown if the Chiefs would have covered and he slid instead, which is the smart football move because you get the first down, time expires, yada. Bro, that cost people millions.
See, I had 2 unders in that game. I needed him to do that.
But you didn't pick the Chiefs like a regular spread of 8.
No! Because I'm an idiot!
That's what people had.
They gonna learn to not take these fucking favorites all the time. I got my ass burned last week betting the fucking Cowboys against the Cardinals.
Well,
you know the NFL is bullshit. Anyone can win on any given fucking Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Cardinals, though. They're a lot more feistier than people thought they would be.
Oh, yeah. They were in it against the 49ers before the 49ers do what they do.
But, man, Justin, what's the big... Oh, we were talking about this a little on the college football pod. There's one really omega big game of the week.
There's one game that fucking matters next week. That's why we're doing the podcast now. Because I don't want to talk about shit next week. I don't. The only thing I'm worried about right now is Cowboys and 49ers Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football.
This game is huge.
Rematch of the divisional round.
Rematch of the divisional round last year. It's probably going to be the highest rated game of the season. Cowboys got back on
I don't
track.
know, man. I don't know. Swifty's killing it now.
Oh yeah, we don't. That's right. They don't own the 49ers or the Cowboys are dating Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Cowboys, 49ers, classic matchup. It's going to bring in the real casuals for this one.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's going to be the highest rated game. I'll put money right now, more highly rated than Chiefs Bears from 2 weeks ago.
Well, Chiefs and yesterday the Jets game had like the highest rating since the Super Bowl.
New York.
I know, but
Chiefs. We talking about the Cowboys and the 49ers.
Oh, I agree. Like, this game is huge.
We talking about blue bloods of the NFL.
No, I agree.
We talking about Dak shitty ass Prescott.
I agree, man. Like, I'm going to be locked in. Like, I might have my phone down. Like, I'm excited. This is huge.
This game is it for me. Like, but yeah. Back to regular schedule program. Cowboys got on track last week, destroying the Patriots. I mean destroying. God damn. Fucking. Before I get into this, Mac Jones is going to be starting for New England this week. I don't think you can play this man, bro.
Damn. And we were just talking to this guy. They play the Saints. They can beat the Saints. That's. I need to look at who's. Let me see, because they don't have. What's their depth chart like?
Zappy will be the quarterback. Bailey Zappy.
Yeah, he's going to start because I think New Orleans is ass. So he's going to start. He'll start. Now, if they lose this, I just can't believe we just saw the worst loss in Bill Belichick's career, and it was given to him by the Cowboys.
Funny, right? I mean, fuck. Offense really didn't have to do anything once again in that game. I mean, yeah, but the 49ers, they are still undefeated. They beat the Cardinals 35-16. Cowboys are 3-2 in the last 5 matchups, but they're 0-2 in the last 2 matchups that really mattered. The past 2 playoff games. Huge game for the Cowboys. We're going to figure out what the fuck this team is about this week. Like, is what it is with that. This team, the 49ers, are a problem. They score 30 points every game this year. Debo and Brandon Ayuk on the outside, they're a problem. C-Mac, where you have MVP? I got him behind Tua right now. Like, I got C-Mac behind Tua right now.
I have him number 1.
4 touchdowns last week. He can be the first non QB MVP since Adrian Peterson. Yep. Niners defense top 5 unit. Both of these teams have had a weak schedule to start out with. Like, both teams have not played anyone, so this is going to be the best opponent for each team. Mm-hmm. The Cowboys defense is +9 in turnover differential, and the 49ers were like +4. So I'm thinking the only way the Cowboys can win is from a strong defensive performance. That's what I'm hoping for. It's kind of a bad matchup defensively because Niners defense is good against the pass.
Mm-hmm.
They're very good against the pass, and they can get God in the run a little bit. And the Cowboys are the exact opposite. We have a good pass defense, but our rush defense is a little suspect. And it's the 49ers, and they like to run the ball. But our defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, who was on the same staff as Kyle Shanahan in Atlanta when they lost that Super Bowl against Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to show up. I think he's going to have something. Brock Purdy's turnover worthy plays, according to PFF percentage this year, has been 3.79%. So I'm hoping that the Cowboys can keep up the turnover luck this week. Dak is only at 1.89, so that's pretty good. Cowboys gotta get pressure on Brock Purdy. Purdy has a 120 passer rating with a clean pocket, so it's curtains for the Cowboys. If they can't get pressure on him, he's just going to dissect it. Cowboys, I expect a competitive game. I think the 49ers win it. I do. Cowboys can cover it. It's a 3.5 spread. I would take the Cowboys on that. But 49ers are overwhelming. I think for the Cowboys to win this game, Dak has to show up. Then Quinn has to find a way to stop the 49ers running game and put the game into Brock Purdy's hands and have him throwing. And if we can get him in passing, like half the pass situations, and that defensive line can get after Brock Purdy, I think the Cowboys have a good shot of winning. But I can't in good conscience pick the Cowboys right now.
I mean, this is a really good early season measuring stick test for both these teams because the NFC is really down to 4 or 5 teams, if we're being honest. And these are 2 out of the 4 and 5. So they're more than likely, if things hold serve, going to see each other down the road when it comes to the playoffs. So this is a big game. I mean,
it's huge. It's huge.
Cowboys win. People are like, all right, this is
you
legit.
have to take them seriously. You have to take the Cowboys seriously if they can win this game.
San Francisco wins. You're starting to think like, damn, when are they gonna? If they won this, when are they really gonna take this first L? Like, because they are complete. I mean, obviously, like you said, they gotta leave it to Purdy. I just, man, 8-20. This is the biggest game of the week. Probably the biggest game of the year, to be honest, so far.
I don't see very many losses on the 49ers schedule. If
I don't either. I was
on the lie.
So, I mean, I'm taking the 49ers, but if my man Michael Parsons throws crazy, then that's a shot. It's just that defense can score. They can score, but it's gonna be tough, man. It is gonna be tough.
I took the under in this game. It's 45. I think it's gonna be a lower scoring game.
Man.
45.
45. Yeah, I agree. It's just gonna be so interesting because it's gonna come down to Dak.
Yeah, like Dak had. I forgot to say that in the preview. Yeah, Dak has to show up. Like if Dak does not show up, then it's curtains. Like he has to show up. He has to let him know that he can play against good competition like this. Dak is one of the biggest front running quarterbacks in this league.
Yep.
I love him, but that's what it is. He can be up on the bad teams, and when it comes to good teams, he's a little shaky. So he has to prove that he can go into this big matchup against a big badass team and do his part. Honestly,
that is going to be definitely one of the most heavily bet on games of the week. But yeah, I'm going 49ers. They're too good right now. Like I think they're, well, until I see it, offensive, defensive, special teams. I think they're more complete than Dallas at this point in time and coaching.
Yeah,
at this point,
can't argue that.
At this point in time, but hell, that Sunday game, we might be singing a whole different tune in a couple weeks.
I hope so.
But all right, Justin, where are you? The quarter season, crazy.
23%, but if it was still 16 games, it would be a quarter. So that's why we're doing it now.
So you have some categories.
Yes. Quarter season MVP. Mm-hmm. Mine's is Tua. Tua has been electric. Top rated quarterback in PFF. Going with Tua there.
I mean, I had him say, I like I said, man, he's fully healthy. I got CMC. Like it is the man is scoring with 12, however, X many games that he scored a touchdown in a row. Like he's just electric. Like last game, it went absolutely nuts. And like when he's going, you cannot beat the 49ers. You can't.
No, when they have that running game, that zone Shanahan offense running game going, it's impossible. It's fucking impossible to stop. And Chris McCaffrey is so good at running it. Like, yeah, I can totally get that. I can get behind that. Coach of the year. Mine's is Todd Bowles. Tampa Bay's 3-1 right now. They're the best team that I've seen play in the NFC South. It's looking like I was wrong about the Falcons win that division. Desmond Ridder is not it pains me to say another UC alum, but he is just not really getting the job done. And Todd Bowles, he had to let the rest of that division know, like, hey, I was in the playoffs last year. I've been running this conference since this division since Tom Brady get here, and Baker Mayfield's playing well. They're getting the job done right now. So my coach of the year is Todd Bowles right now.
I don't disagree with that. I don't. My person who I would consider up there as well, just to put a different name, young Hardball, man.
Jim?
I'm liking what
No,
I'm seeing. John, I'm liking
John
what I'm seeing with
Harbaugh.
these Ravens. Like, I mean, at the beginning of the year, everyone, which we'll get to them probably later, like the Bengals, like, oh, it's gonna be the Bengals. This that. The Ravens are 3-1 right now, man. They're not even at full strength. Like,
They're never at full strength, and they
I know
keep
they
winning.
never,
They
but they
keep
keep.
winning. They never have a full team
So they're
healthy.
they're doing
Ever.
something, and it's not like I would put Todd and then Harbaugh like close up there, especially Harbaugh. Harbaugh gets a top four. If he gets a top, wins the division, top four seed, top three, I think he's going to win Coach of the Year.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. All right, I'll give this
Worst
one to
Coach of
you
the Year.
first. Yeah,
Worst
who's your
coach of the,
worst coach?
worst Coach of the Year. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
we have
Oh,
fun ones around here on the L7C.
worst coach. I mean, I think you have to. It's kind of crazy calling a Super Bowl champion worse, but the, Sean Payton, that Broncos team
Talk to
is
him.
is so bad. It is so hard to watch. It's probably because of all the shit he was talking coming into the season, and he just had a 70 burger rung up on his head and should have lost the game to the Bears. I this shoot, some of the current Super Bowl champion coaches are ass right. Bill Belichick, see, they are terrible. I'm not gonna put him worst coach, but God, I mean, but Sean Payton, nah, it's awful. It's blatantly obvious to me now that Drew Brees was New Orleans. Because ever since I haven't seen Sean with Drewy boy, it ain't been it. And he might be lucky if he's there next year.
Yeah, it's either going to be Russell Wilson or Sean Payton.
One of them will not be there, but they keep fucking around. One of them might not be there by Christmas.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to be Russell Wilson that goes if they don't turn it around.
They'll trade him.
Yeah, I don't know how. That contract is horrible, but
they gotta get because they can't. They gotta get rid of him somehow.
They'll figure it out. They always do. My worst coach is fucking Brandon Staley. They ride this ship against the Raiders last week, so I mean, this team shouldn't be 2-2. They just should not be 2-2. Justin Herbert has been playing phenomenal football these first four games. He's hurt again. He has like a fucking broken finger right now. Just defense is shitty, and that's your job to make sure the defense doesn't suck. I'm just sick of Brandon Staley. I don't think he's going to make it to Thanksgiving.
I was sick of him when you gave up a 30-point lead in the NFL playoffs. I don't think he should have made it out of the building after that. That's just me.
Yeah.
30 points in an NFL playoff game, you're up 30 and you lose. Come on, man.
It's bad. That's just bad. Yeah, Brandon Staley, you on the hot seat. You better keep winning, and you better not fuck up Justin Herbert's career. That's all I gotta say about that.
Well, they got Kellen Moore, which that has helped them a lot in the play calling. So, but you have the rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year. I'm not gonna go quarterback. I'm gonna go Devon Achane.
Okay.
I know I'm saying this fucking name wrong. Please, someone tell me how to pronounce this dude's name. He is hard, though.
Mm-hmm.
He is hard. After having 4 touchdowns last week, he comes and gets 2 more against the Bills. Like, we have a star in our hands. And they're talking about the Dolphins maybe trading to get Jonathan Taylor. Mike McDaniel knew he didn't need him because he has Achane and Mostert. And Achane, this guy's electric. I love watching him play. It's Achane for me. Who's your rookie?
So I got 2.
I think I know who you're going to say. But
so I got 2. If I'm going quarterback, I'm going to say C.J. Stroud because, again, there were some people telling me, he got drafted to Houston. He ain't going to do anything. If you just look at the stats.
There's some noise about that.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, but if we're going non-quarterback, I'm going Puka. He is crazy.
Oh.
It makes me think, too, that, man, if they could, I know they gave away all their picks, but they drafted Puka. They also they have Kyron on that team, too, who is good. Like, if they got a young QB in there somehow, if they found a way to get a top pick in that draft we were talking about in college football, oof.
I still believe in Stafford. Stafford and McVay.
They have their beat sneaky, but Puka is a monster, man. But if this is a quarterback driven league, man, it's CJ Stroud is just going nuts. It's kind of ridiculous.
It's crazy to watch. I love to see it. All the shit talk that they talk about these OSU quarterbacks for good reason. A lot of them don't pan out, but CJ is putting on for the brand right now. You gotta love it right now.
I almost went with Houston's coach for coach of the year because ain't nobody expect them to be 2-2.
Oh no, they might fuck around with a division if Jacksonville keeps slipping.
Oh, that would be hell on this. Oh my god, because that was a surefire Jacksonville AFC South.
And then the Titans, man, the fucking Titans.
Every year,
the Titans are still here. I hate them. I don't hate Mike Vrabel, but I can't stand the Titans, bro.
They need to get one of these young quarterbacks coming next year.
Bro, they're winning too many games.
And they do it every year. Every year.
Mike Vrabel, man. Like,
if it wasn't for NIL, he'd probably be in college.
Yeah. And then we have a fun one. Our trash can of the year. Who has just been trash? Just dog shit shitty.
Oh man, trash can of the year. I almost want to go the Chiefs wide receiving core. They are terrible. They don't get open. It's Noah Gray, who is actually a good tight end. He's good. Travis, the running backs catch most of the passes. The wide receivers there suck.
Yeah, Sky Moore. They got Rice, the rookie.
He's actually pretty good.
He's decent. I've only seen him caught seam routes up the middle. I haven't seen him run any other routes other than that, or caught anything other than that. But
that first game, man, when the MVS game is just so in my brain. Like, they're terrible.
Oh no, you mean Kadarius Toney?
Yes, Kadarius Toney. I'm sorry, not MVS.
Yeah.
Tony, that was bad. That was one of the worst wide receiver games I've ever seen. But that group, terrible, absolutely terrible. I don't want to give it to one player because there's just groups. Bengals offensive line, trash cans. They're so trash that Waste Management doesn't pick them up and the U.S. government has to do it. They suck. They are terrible. Oh, my God. How do you pay Joseph Burrow the most money, biggest contract ever, and then proceed to getting their asses whipped? Like, we were just talking about the Titans who just beat the dog shit out of the Bengals. It makes no sense. They suck.
Oh, man.
How are you in the AFC North with a shitty offensive line? It makes no sense. Since Jesus Christ walked the earth, the AFC North has pass rushers. They get after it on defense, and you have no line to protect the highest paid person in the damn world in the NFL history? Fucking stupid. I should give it to the damn owner of the Bengals.
Mike Brown.
God. We're just going to pay we're not going to protect our investment. I thought that's what rich people did. They suck. That offensive line is terrible. And this is supposed to be the best one he's had in years. And it's trash. But those are the groups. I'm not giving it to a player. I'm giving it to those fucking groups. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of players I can give it to, though. But.
Oh, man. You aced the trash can of the year. We might have to add trash can of the week. Every single week.
Probably just going to pick groups, man, because these people are pissing me.
I love it. That was good. You gave winners on Content Tuesday. My trash can of the year is Russell Wilson. Just off philosophy. He has not been playing that bad this year, like stats wise, but it's just, how are y'all niggas 0-3 then down by the Bears 21-7? The Bears. How?
They won that game. It's so hard for me to call Russell Wilson trash can of the year just off philosophy because obviously in the NFL he's absolutely terrible right now, but he has to go home to freaking Sierra. So it's like, are we really trash? But NFL wise, I agree. I mean, I don't. No, actually, no. Mac Jones. No, we're talking. No, quarterback. We're paying. It's Mac. I don't even know if Mac is his full weapon, if it's McDonald, but that is trash can. Trash can.
I'm about to look that up right now because that nigga's name is McDonald. Then that nigga is McDonald for the rest of time. Hold on. But yes, actually, yeah, change that. It's not Russell Wilson because you made a good point. Is Russell Wilson really trash as a human? No, but Mac Jones, he just might be.
That's trash. They're terrible.
He's a dirty player. And he's a fucking quarterback.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, he ain't long for this world. The Patriots might mess around and get one of these quarterbacks next year.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you two might be fucking with me. I mean, not YouTube, but Wikipedia. This nigga's they have this man's name as Michael McCorkle Jones. His middle name's McCorkle, I think.
Okay, well,
McCorkle.
let me just gotta click on his damn thing on here. Okay, of course the NFL thing just has Mac Jones. They don't have the full damn name. Well, all right. But I never thought he was really that good when he came out of Alabama. It's just he was at Alabama. I mean, but nah, his time ain't long. A quarterback's lifespan, if you're not it's 3 years max. If that.
He hasn't been getting the job done. And you know, they have us questioning Bill Belichick right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're questioning Bill Belichick because this nigga can't do shit. I mean, that pick against the Cowboys, the pick 6 was horrible. It was god awful. And I had to under that game. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I need you to be shitty and punt, not throw it to the Cowboys defense so we can score.
Well,
that's not what I need right now.
Last year they were shitty because Bill Belichick decided to hire 2 defensive-minded people to be the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that was dumb.
That was so stupid.
And it seems like Bill O'Brien can't get it done either. And Bill O'Brien is not a bad coach.
No.
Bad GM, but not a bad like football coach. Like, it's Mac Jones.
Yeah, it's Mac Jones, man. It's Mac Jones. All right, what was the next one?
The next one is offensive standout performer. Mine's was Puka. Mine was Puka. Like, I know he just got here, but 39 receptions, the most receptions to start off a career ever. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's great. This Cooper Kupp about to be back. He putting up Cooper Kupp numbers type shit.
Yeah, and he might even get more numbers because with Cooper Kupp coming back.
That's what I'm saying. You got to worry about him. You got to worry about Kupp too.
That's a really good one. I could stay with the Rams like I talked about too with Kyron Williams because he's really stood out this year. Like he's going crazy.
Fucking shipped out Cam Akers for that, man.
Yeah, I know they shipped him out, but I think I'm gonna go one besides them, like who in the red zone, it's been money. And it's been what the hell was I just had his name. Red zone, it's been money for Kenneth Walker, man. It's been money in the like he is not a breakaway speed, all of that back. I hiken him to like LeGarrette Blount. You like how the Patriots, when they were in the red zone, Blount was getting that TD. When Seattle's at the goal line, Kenneth Walker's getting in. He's already had multiple 2-touchdown games.
Yeah, that Jamal Williams type shit from last year, and he's a way better back than Jamal Williams.
Yeah, you just got to get – if Seattle gets in the end zone area, red zone, he can get you a touchdown. I'll go him.
I like that.
Defensive standout performer. I mean, well.
Mine's – I have a group. Okay. It's the Cowboys defensive line. They have 3 of the top 10 highest graded edge rushers. Armstrong, Parsons, and DeMarcus Lawrence. It's power right there.
I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, Seattle put on a hell of a show against Daniel Jones on Monday Night Football, but literally the Cowboys.
Witherspoon?
Yeah, literally the Cowboys. Nice. They put a 40 burger on the Giants and then 40-0. So I don't disagree, man. The Cowboys defense, I mean, they're ridiculous. I would say too, even though Khalil Mack just have like 6 sacks, it's weird that the Chargers defense, they're not a top 3 like defense to me. And
That
they got
that
players.
that's just Brandon Staley. That's literally just bad coaching. Because there's no reason why they should suck on defense.
Got players at every level, but I agree, man. The Cowboys, I mean, they got Micah Parsons and Marcus Lawrence, and they got Gilmore out there. I mean, they got players on that defense.
Man, don't forget my nigga Deron Bland.
Yeah,
Most picks since last year.
yeah, he's good. Hey, again, when in that divisional game, that defense kept them in that game.
Yeah, they came to play. That's why I think Dan Quinn knows what Shanahan want to fucking do. He knows. Like, he was going to be closer than the experts think. I know the 49ers are a juggernaut, but don't sleep.
Oh, boy. He went from trash can to now biggest fraud of the year.
Frauds!
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Okay.
We already talked about it a little bit, but mine's is the Bengals. Like, this is wild. Why is Joe Burrow now on the IR right now? Like, after that Rams game, that man should have been on the IR, come back after the bye week. But no, they got this man out here playing hurt. He is the Cincinnati Bengals, so if he ain't playing good, the whole fucking team ain't playing good. It's just, we thought this team was going to be like on the upper echelon of the AFC, and they're just not. They're in last place in the division right now after a month. It's just not good, and it's not looking good either. Like, I don't know how they're going to get out of this. They just lost to Tennessee, who had 97 yards against the Browns. They had 97 total yards, and the Bengals defense don't suck, and they gave up 27 against the Titans.
Well, I already went off on the Bengals, so because they're my trash cans of the year, the offensive line. So I'm not gonna double dip in them, even though I really can, because it makes no fucking sense. I was gonna say, I mean, the Browns were pissing me off that one game, but they pulled it out. But then they got their asses whooped by the Ravens. But my biggest fraud right now, to go back to what we talked about the very first podcast, since people want to devalue positions, we are not about to go through this whole superlatives and not mention Daniel fucking Jones. Danny Dimes, Danny Nickel, Danny Penny, Danny Copper. He is the biggest fraud of the year because he Robin Hood them out of that money.
Oh no.
And they are fucking terrible. And you know what? How they're fucking terrible? You know what, for the people, running backs don't matter. Hey, when Daniel Jones doesn't have his running back, who's the only offensive real weapon on that team, he is absolutely shit. And you paid him all that money to be shit. And he is going to be shit the whole year. Even the time Saquon is there, he might have some good games, but kind of shows you who you really needed on that offense. Just saying. Daniel Jones is god-awful. I'm tired of seeing these people on prime time all year getting their asses whooped. And literally this point last year, I was actually pro-Giants because I was the one saying they were going to make the playoffs. Their coach was going to be coach of the year. They did both. They won a playoff game. And then they overpaid for Daniel Jones because everyone's so afraid in the QB market that if we don't keep our guy now, we're never going to be in this chance again. Well, you could have took a chance because Daniel Jones is ass.
That was beautiful.
He's ass. We are not fraud of the year. Oh my God, where's this man's contract? Because this is ridiculous.
I got you. I'll probably find it.
God, you're paying him 3/4 of the whole team's salary just to be fucking shit.
I thought after the Cardinals game he was going to be the new Kirk Cousins. I thought he was, but Kirk that shit wouldn't happen to Kirk. I'm going to tell you that right now. Daniel Jones is a fucking $47 million cap hit next year.
For fucking
15 this year. 15 this year. $47 million next year.
And look, man, you made the playoffs last year, and that's why you paid him. And you were like, but not that much. And now you can't pay Saquon. You're going to lose him eventually. Your other offensive weapons are terrible. Darren Waller is nothing that I thought he would ever be. They suck. Like, look at these scores, man. Cowboys, 40-0. I'm paying someone almost $50 million to not score a point. Cardinals, they came back 31-28. 49ers 30-12, Seahawks 24-3. The Cowboys game, Sunday Night Football. 49ers game, that was Thursday Night Football. Seahawks, Monday Night Football. 3 out of their 4 games, the NFL has been shipping them out, and they suck.
I hope they don't have any more. But listen to this man's contract. This year, the cap hits 15. Next year, 2024, it's 47. For some reason, in 2025, the cap hits 41 again, and they can get out of the contract after 25. And then if he makes it to 2026, that nigga's base salary is 46 million, a 9 million signing bonus, and then some other shit for a $58 million cap hit.
You're paying all these people. See, and I
3 years.
I'm just more mad because, again, the Saquon thing, you don't pay a running back. Well, you need your fucking running back to do anything on that team. They can't do anything there. They can't move the ball. They can't get first downs. They can't get second downs, third downs. They can't even punt right. Like, they suck.
That Cardinals game, they could not do a fucking thing right in that second half. And then last night was horrible. It was horrible. That pick 6 in the third quarter when it was 14-3, and one more score would have got them back in the game, and that game looked a lot different. He throws a pick 6 to Witherspoon.
Just fucking terrible. Yeah, Daniel Jones, we ain't going fraud. Just $47 million fraud. I mean,
oh man,
that don't excuse the Bengals pick though. I mean, your Bengals won, but I already talked about the Bengals. This is a debacle because just like I talk about the Bills and the Bengals now paying these quarterbacks, these teams are not going to be constructed this long forever. They're coming to an end.
No, and Burrow's about to be making big money next year. Josh Allen's going to be making big money next year. And the Bengals have squandered their chance to make it to the Super Bowl unless they go on like a fucking 07 Giants type of run. Like they're going to do some crazy shit to probably make the playoffs right now because of the hole that they're in right now. It's insane.
Do they even win this week?
Who they got?
Just let me check. I was too busy. I had Daniel Jones on my damn computer. Scores. I know it's somewhat shitty. That's the thing.
Oh, they go to Arizona this week.
They should win that game.
I don't know. The way they've been playing, I don't fucking know. Arizona's tough at home. As a Cowboys fan, I know.
My God, what do we do? It is, yeah, but it's done. All right, man. Any other superlatives? Anything else?
That's it for now. It's been a long content Tuesday.
All right, with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. Make sure you definitely tune in. Cowboys, 49ers. That is going to be a show. And as always, check out all the NFL games because some of these ones that you might think are surefire are going to backfire on you. But with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. Signing on.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.